it's hard because when we came here, we came with a student visa without follow any kind of path before coming because we didn't know what will happen. If we would like to, if we were happy, if we would decide to stay here or we would want to go back. So we say, okay, let's go with student visa. Let's like kind of visit, understand how the things works, and then decide what we want to do.
You have been in Australia for 2.5 years, and where are you currently living in Australia? And I understand that you lived in 2 cities, so that's amazing because you're going to be able to tell us about more than one city in Australia, how it is living there.
Yeah, I'm currently living in Adelaide, it's South Australia. So this is kind of small city. Well, depends what you're looking for, This is kind of really quiet city, let's say. It's really nice, has really good, if you like the beach and the kind of plants, there are several beaches here that's pretty cool and nice. So if you're that kind of guy, it's cool. But it's really, smaller city than Melbourne and Sydney. But it's really quiet, more relaxed kind of life. It's like.
What can you say about Melbourne?
Beautiful city. I really love it. Really love it. Actually, we lived there around 2 years. That 2 years, we really enjoy it. Several things to do, so many places to visit, all kind of entertainment, culture, food, whatever that you want of any country. I think that you can find it there. Really nice city, pretty organized, nice transport system, transportation system is pretty cool. You can move really easy from one place to the other one. Several ways of transportation there. That's a huge difference here. For example, here the transportation network is not that good. It's good, but it takes more time to move from one place to the other one if you don't have a car. But I love Melbourne.
Why you decided to move to Adelaide?
We came here with the idea to create a path to hopefully be here for a long, long time. So one of the best cities offering, some advantage compared to the other ones regarding the path to obtain a permanent residence or something like that is Adelaide, or actually South Australia. Each state has their own, rules or offers to people to move there and do the path to find a permanent residence. So they offer different things. So South Australia is offering, a few difference regarding to Melbourne or Sydney or actually Victoria or New South Wales, the states, because it's something from the state, not just from the city. So they have been offering like few difference and make it a little bit easier to achieve a long way path if you're looking for that. Well, I think that there is one that could apply to both cities. Because it's culture, the culture is so mixed here. That is such an amazing thing. I really love that. So you start, meeting people from so many different places in the world. So start learning a lot. I really like to learn about different cultures and things. So that's amazing. So I really enjoy that part. You start meeting people from all around the world, learning about culture, customs, all the things that they do. So that's such an amazing thing. I love it. So cool. And that didn't happen for me when I visit other countries, United States or some other countries in Latin America, and here is like really weird that. So it's a lot of people from different places, so that's pretty good. So I think culture is one, and the second thing, well, for Melbourne, options, because you have options to do whatever that you want, to eat whatever type of food that you can think of. There is one restaurant that do it, so that's amazing. I think that will be the two from Melbourne: culture and the amount of options and the development of the city. And from Adelaide, I would say, I didn't do that much here yet, but I would say here, people is really friendly, really friendly, really friendly. Mainly my field, I'm mainly focusing front-end development. So front-end development, the majority of the people that approach me or share something with me was based on React. So almost every single one, they're looking for people with React. There is a lot of, it's the Sounder GraphQL too. React GraphQL. There's a lot of people looking for that. I listen several things regarding that. There is a lot of position or these companies using .NET. So as stack, things that we actually in the company that I'm working with, we do not use not React or .NET. We are working with Vue.js instead of React. We decided another framework at that moment. And on backend side, we are using Java and Scala, so not .NET at all. So, but the majority of the people that approach me or share, some roles with me was related to React GraphQL and then backend and things of .NET and mainly that, or some Java.
Yeah.
The main language is English, and by the way, it's completely different to the American one. So I get used, I was used to speak with American English speakers a lot. And then when I arrived here, I started to listen to the accent. I'll say, oh my God, it's really hard. At the beginning, it's quite hard. And then you get used to it. But beside that, being a country that is full of people coming from so many different countries, so you can listen almost, I think, every language on the street. There are people of Chinese, Japanese, Indian, I don't know. I have no idea.
You name it. Whatever you want, you name it.
Whatever you want, you will find it on the street. So that's pretty cool. I found in both places people are really nice in that front. They are really open, or they try to communicate, to understand. So you won't feel like that blocker there. That I cannot communicate. People do, they do their part to try to help you and understand you. So that was pretty cool in almost any aspect. I didn't have any kind of issue with that. But Adelaide is even more friendly than Melbourne. That's amazing here. So you go walking in the street and everyone is say hi. People just say hi. You have no idea who they are. They walk and everyone is like smiling, saying hi. It's like a small town here. It feels like really, I don't know, it's really friendly. People here is really friendly. So the majority of people all the time try to understand anyway. If you are doing it like not so correct, the pronunciation or whatever. So they try to communicate anyway. So they are really open to that. And they are really used to receive people from all over the world. So, it's like kind of normal thing, day-to-day thing here to talk with people that they are not native speakers. We are holding student visa. We have been all this time with student visa. So the plan then, after completing the student visa that will happen next year, is to move to a postgraduate visa. So when you study here in Australia, then when you complete some studies, you have the option to apply for a postgraduate visa. So they give you like some additional time to work full time in the role that you study. You can stay here. It depends on the study. You could be like 1.5 years or 2 years, or actually South Australia is offering 3 years if you study 2 years. So if you do a master's degree, for example, here of 2 years, they will give you 3 years of postgraduate visa. So you have time to find a job, get some local experience, and contacts, networking, and everything. So to try to find your way to stay here, if that's your plan, of course. If not, you can go home.
And is you the one that has been studying, or is your wife who has been studying?
My wife.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you are able to get a partner visa.
Actually, you have when you come here, you can come with your partner under the same student visa. Even though just one of both is studying, the other one has the same visa and the same conditions. So we both have part-time work permit. So while you're studying, if you come here to do a master's degree, for example, the person that is studying has part-time work permit, but the person that came with the person that's studying has full-time permit. But just for master degrees or doctorate, not for coming to study or a diploma or language or English or something like that. No, yeah. Huge difference in my case. Seeing the experience that people that arrive here with student visa, at the beginning is, kind of hard to find a job in your role or in your professional field, at least at the beginning, because you don't know anyone. So no one knows you or your experience or something. So you arrive, and the majority of people when arrive here with student visa start doing anything that's not related to their field, to work on anything. So in my case, I came here. I'm still working with the same company. That was a huge advantage for me because I can work remotely. And I agree with for moving here that we will be here, so we can arrange the time something because it has a huge time difference. So we managed to do that, and that was amazing for me because I have huge advantage. So I'm still working with it. I have been doing it like 2.5 years, so that was pretty nice. And regarding the weather, well, here in Adelaide, actually, it rains a lot from my taste. I don't like too much rain, but it's mainly really sunny and really blue skies, and that's beautiful here. Things that is completely different in Melbourne. In Melbourne, you do not see like so blue skies like it is here, so it's more gray. Doesn't rain that much as here, but it rains. Adelaide rains a lot more.
But yeah, what's like the summer in Melbourne?
It's really, really hot. And it's like, I don't know, yeah, it's really hot. But the thing is, the good thing compared to, for example, in Buenos Aires, when you live in Buenos Aires, you had summer, it's really hot. So you start getting hot, like few days, like say 4, 5, 6 days, and then rains. In Melbourne, something cool that happened if you have 1 or 2 days really hot, and then the temperature go down really, really hot. So you can breathe,
What about winter?
Winter, actually, I didn't feel that bad. The winter, it wasn't that bad because it's like, I think that the most cold days that I had was like 1 degree or maybe 2. Wasn't that bad, and it's the same. Not always the winter, just a few days that's cold. The rest of the day, like 8, 9, 6, not that bad. Not that bad at all. It's not that bad actually. Actually visiting, going to the beach or visiting parks, museums if you like. There is several gallery art that are free, museums that are free, so you can go and visit a lot of places all over or Melbourne or here, or visiting small towns that are not too far away, so you can easily go there to visit. So the main thing that we do, we really enjoy, is to visit new places, and you have thousands of places to visit, and not too far away. You don't have to travel 8 hours. You can go just 1 hour or 20 minutes or 40 minutes, and you will find always something new to visit. That I enjoy the most is Asian food. I really love any kind of Asian food. That is not too easy to find in Latin America. So here you have so many options. So I started to try new things and different things and really love it. But I think the most popular food here, I don't know. There are so many options. I don't know. I have no idea. What they say that it's like because I asked that to a Melbourne woman. So I asked, so what's your main dish, here? What's your they say the parma is a kind of chicken with breadcrumb around and some cheese, and that's kind of nice and really delicious. So they say, like, I think parma is like the main dish or the most representative dish, but they have so mixed culture here about food and everything that I have no idea. But what I enjoy the most, Asian food. Beautiful. The thing is that leaving aside the path that they want to follow, it's hard because that changes a lot the conditions and the place that you choose to come from. So I think that the first advice is be sure what you want to do. It's hard because when we came here, we came with the student visa without follow any kind of path before coming, because we didn't know what will happen. If we would like to, if we were happy, if we would decide to stay here, or we would want to go back. So we say, okay, let's go with student visa. Let's kind of visit, understand how the things work, and then decide what we want to do. So because we were sure that we wanted to move out of Latin America, to try new things, to find a different place, but we weren't sure that this will be a place, because you can do all the paths and all the things being outside of Australia. You don't have to do it here. But so the first advice will be okay, be sure what you want to do, of course. Fully decide that you want to follow and, build your life in Australia forever. Okay, so then you have to explore different options. And one of the other advice is that your choice. The first thing that you need to do is do all the paperwork that you may need in your country. Whatever that you need, paperwork that will work in the future, find it. I think the two main things that you need to be as much complete as you can is A, student. All the student history that you have, if you studied whatever that you did, bachelor, diploma, master, whatever. So find your certificates translated with an official translator that is supported from the government here. Find the certification that you need for it, and get everything done when you're in the country, because that's much easier to do it there, that you can go and do it. If you have to do it here, of course, it's cheaper too if you do it there, because it's really hard to do it far away. And the second paper thing is any single thing related to your previous experience of your works or roles that you had in the past. That's amazing too. So find a letter from your previous employer, sign that you say he worked with me this time to this time doing these duties. If you can get like proof of payment of your job, if you have it, if you did it in like a freelance or something. So get as much information as you can of all your history, because that will be like really, really, really important here when you arrive, if you are trying to build a long way, a long path, like pursuing a PR or something like that.
For my own one, that it's very important to take with you is your birth certificate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you're going to be applying for a residency or a citizenship, you will need your birth certificate.
Yeah.
Maybe not for a student visa or a work visa, but just for residency and citizenship. And time flies away, so you might think that like, I won't need it, and all of a sudden you're there, and you have to call your family and say, hey, can you send me the birth certificate? And I don't know even where it is, and things like that.
Because you come here and say, okay, it might happen that I decide to come and to stay here forever, and might not. Okay, but if you have the thing, just bring it with you. Believe me, that will any moment that will work for anything. You will need something, and we are really far away from home.
Tell me, so you're thinking of staying for the long run in Australia? It's something you would like to do?
We would like to. We are really happy here. We are in love with the place, so we decided that we will pursue all the path. If we can do it, we will do it. We will stay here.